I'm Dr. Matthew Kane. I just graduated this past May from the University of Kansas's counseling psychology program. I specialize in masculinity research, and so sort of the niche within the niche is Black masculine identity development. As a Black man raised around white people, there's a lot of unhealthy narratives about myself that I needed to come to unpack. Around the time 2020, everything hits the fan and we're all kind of struggling. We had Breonna Taylor, we had George Floyd, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I am having such a hard time with this. I've reached out to some same race peers and just some allies to support me in that, and it also made me wonder, man, are other people having difficult times? So that's where the idea for the book had come from. Is, this pandemic is happening. Black people are still dying like they were before, but now the world has slowed down. The thing that may be most important to take away from this is what happens, and how do we need to critique the concept of moderatism. We read Dr. King's letter from Birmingham jail, and he talks about, the greatest obstacle in the plight towards justice isn't he says, the Ku Klux Klaner, but it's the white moderate. It's the person who wants to stand by and do nothing. So what this book is really looking at towards the end, especially, is, are we actually talking about moderatism, which in and of itself is a great position to be in if we can genuinely find it. That is to say, we thoroughly understand what is being discussed on one side, the merit of it, and we thoroughly understand what is being discussed on another side and its merit. And we're trying to find some sort of balance between this. But what we experienced during this time was not moderatism, and more often than not, the conversations we had with people weren't an understanding of both sides. Rather, it was an indifference. The idea that I get at is that moderatism does not actually exist when it comes to these situations. There is no moderatism when oppression is on one side.